Hello. It's map time. It's nap time, or is it map time? Oh my gosh, working on multi-animator projects in the year 2026. It can be done. Hello Lemon, hello Toad, hello Sky, hello Yuna. How's the design going? It's going good. I can't stream any more process on it because I'm past the point where, like, I'm allowed to stream it. But it's going. Dude, it's nap time. Fall asleep to my stream. You would not be the first mod to fall asleep during my streams. Anyway. So, some key points. Some key points of interest for y'all. I am in 1, 2, 3 maps right now. Technically. My oldest one is the Sailor. It's the one that's the most done. I don't think we'll be working on that one today. Mainly because I brought on one of my friends to help me clean up an in-between, and I'm waiting for her to send me over the files of what she has. And if we do work on that one, it will have... Well, we could work on it. We could work on shot 2 that I need to finish, which I think I need to do the layout, which is like water. That one I've actually been in for years at this point. I think I started working on it back in like 2023. It was after StarClan Chosen came out, but it was after A Light in the Mist came out. But I don't know. At this point, I'm just like, I don't even know when A Light in the Mist came out. Because I think it came out when I was still working at UPS, so like that would be 2022, 2023, so. I don't know if we'll work on that one today. The next one that I'm in, this is in order, chronological order of me joining them, by the way. The next one that I'm in is the one that is displayed on top of the stream right now. It's the one that the map call is the map call that's pinned to the chat is. It's Bitter Medicine. I am doing some of the I'm doing 2 border illustrations for the credits of the map. I have them all sketched out. I just need to finish them. I think we'll be working in Clip Studio Paint for that. So that's what we're gonna start with. Let me bring those up. So I did 3 tests for borders for the credits. And I've gone with Concept 2 and Concept 3. As per Lettuce Bettis, who is the hoster of the map. Check it out. It's a really cool one, really cool project, kind of experimental. It's really cool. I'm very honored to be part of it. We're gonna finish this. We're gonna do it in kind of like an illustrative, sketchy watercolor style. We're gonna finish this one, and we're gonna finish this one. I don't know if we're gonna keep the cat heads. It's Hollyleaf and Yellowfang, and I think that Hollyleaf is not... Like, a lot of Hollyleaf is going to be covered up, so I'm not exactly sure if we're going to keep them or not. I'll probably draw them, but I might draw them on a different... I don't know. I might leave it up to Lettuce if they want to actually, like, keep the cats in or not. It's honestly been... I'm still, like, a little nervous. I've been so used to working on Warrior Cat stuff that I can't stream the entire process of, or I have to like get the okay to only stream like a little bit of it, like design that I'm doing or work at animated or my own stuff. I mean, obviously my own stuff I can stream whatever I want, but I don't want to stream too much of it. So I'm like, oh, okay, no problem, no problem. Hold on, I'm answering A in Discord. Okay. So yes, I'm like, oh my gosh, can I show all of this? Can I show, like, I'm like, what do I have to keep hidden? And I'm like, it's maps. You don't have to keep anything hidden with maps. That's the joy and the stress-free of maps, is that I don't have to worry that I'm showing too much. Because part of the fun of being in a map is you get to see all of the project like happen, and you get to see everyone working on it together, and you get to like see the journey and stuff like that. So I can show everything, and it's like crazy. So this is the other one, and then I'm in a new map, which is the other one we're going to be working on today. Yeah, no problem, A. I didn't want to work on that shot today. I was just doing like a map stream, and I remembered like, oh yeah, I do technically have 3 maps because of that part. Oh god, okay. So, but I'm glad you quit your job. I haven't talked to you in a while, so it's nice to hear from you. What else was I gonna say? Oh yes, so the other map we're gonna work on today is a new map. I will promote it again. I don't believe that all the parts have even been picked from it, so you can still, I think, apply. And it's gonna be a leaf pool map, and it's hosted by another one of my mods, Dreamy. And it's to a Taylor Swift song, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, I think it's the name of the song. So I have a part in it, so we will board it today. I don't want to go too overboard on the boards until I see some other parts around mine get like started to kind of get finalized, but that's what's on the docket for today. Of course, my frames are dropping because YouTube hates me. Okay. I will be linking the new leaf pool map call. Let me just link it for you guys really quick, but I will pin it when I'm working on it in the group. I will also pin it to the chat. But here's the other map call that we're working on today. It's still open, so it encompasses all of Leaf Pool's life up until her death in Squirrelflight's Hope. So it's like a pretty comprehensive leaf pool map compared to like some other ones, since she can have like a comprehensive project on her now that her book has closed, so to speak. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that things are going well for you, A, and I hope you have a better job. Yeah, no problem, A. That's why I messaged you on Discord. Good luck with your taxes. If tomorrow is tax day, so you better be doing your taxes today. So we are going to start, I think I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to pull this over to Clip Studio Paint. So give me a second to open up Clip Studio. I want to open up Paint. Hey, Bluna. I don't need the timeline for this one. Oh man, my frames are dropping again. Hold on, let's see. Let's see if it evens out. Alrighty, so this is a 1920 by 1080. I'm hoping that it'll even out. But it might be, I'm hoping that it'll be like Sunday stream where I dropped a lot of frames at the beginning, but it like evened out. But I'm still dropping a lot of frames. If it keeps happening, like if I go up to dropping 30% of my frames, I will end stream and restart my whole internet again and restart stream, but hopefully it's just a blip. Okay. Switching over to Clip Studio. Yeah, we'll see. Well, hopefully the stream will steady itself. And then I have to tell you guys that I am working in Clip Studio. Alrighty. Concept 2. And then I got the template for what the credit's gonna look like. Is there a way to like align a picture in Clip Studio like you can easily in Photoshop? I'm sure that there is, but it's okay. It doesn't matter that much. I'll just put it in the middle. Yeah, you can apply for the leaf pool map. I think it's still open. Hold shift while dragging to like automatically align it into the middle. Yeah, Photoshop has like a very easy like align center into the center of it, but it's okay, it's okay. We're working in Clip Studio Paint because I like Clip Studio Paint's watercolor brushes a lot more than anything that Photoshop has to offer. Alrighty, I want the mechanical pencil. I'm thinking of getting it for animation. Do you think it's worth it? I do. I clean up starting in... I think after Star Clan's Chosen, I started cleaning up all my animations in Clip Studio Paint. It's a lot better. I think that it's a pretty good animation program. I know a couple people that use it. I mean, it's not like one of the best, but... Okay, so I want this to keep like its sketchiness to it, like a sketchiness. So don't clean up the lines too much. And then I want these to be like roots. Clip Studio Paint goes on sale quite frequently. I got it when it was, I think, like 80 or $100, and it's a one-time fee, which is also very good. So it's a perpetual license, so you don't have to pay more money. But I think it's not one if you're buying it on like the iPad or something. I think it's like $10 a month or something on iPad or... I don't remember. I don't have it on iPad, so I can't check. Yeah, $10 a year isn't anything to scoff at, though. Trust me. I don't speak Russian, I'm sorry, Wing Trap. On Android, it's 23 for a year. That's also reasonable. Plan on getting Kurita back once I have... Let's stick to English, guys. Let's stick to English. The majority of people in chat read English, so you're gonna have the best time speaking English. I have plans getting Kurita back. Is Kurita... I thought Kurita was free. But Kurita's a good animation program. I've heard that it's pretty simple, it's straightforward, gets the job done. Can you import Photoshop brushes into Kurita? It's a little more involved. Okay. Okay, I wanted Ivy to be coming up the tree, and then I wanted the roots to kind of be tangling into the yew berries and stuff down here. I don't want to talk about the graphic novels today. Sorry, but yes, I do not like them. And if you've I've pretty much stated my whole thoughts on the majority of them on other streams. Been able to import audio. Wait, Does Kirita let you import audio? Does it? I have to make sure that the background, I want it to look kind of detailed, but I don't want it to take away too much from like the thumbnails that are gonna be. I think that this is for the contest, like the part of the credits that's like for the contest thumbnails or something. So I want to make sure that most of the focus is on the middle. I'm basically just framing them. In quite a literal sense, actually. Get a little knot in the tree. Did you see the elders? Yeah, I have a birthday party this weekend for one of my nephews, so I will not be able to join. I will be streaming on Saturday, the commission stream, and then I will be with my family on Sunday. All right. Yes, thank you, Agnolia. Just a group chat. I think I want this one to be kind of like this. I want a little bit of a space in between. Yeah, it's just the name of a group chat. I don't think that Ibis Paint is an animation program though, right? It's mainly just for like illustrations and stuff. Like, does it even have a timeline? There is? Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Well, I think, isn't it free also? The thing about Clip Studio Paint is that it does cost money. So yeah. It is limited in that sense. Hey, crayons. Okay, so I want the roots of this tree to interlace just a little bit once they start getting this way. Roots are kind of like branches of trees in a sense that as they get further away from, they're gonna get thicker the closer they are to the trunk. So you just gotta keep an eye on that. Otherwise it's gonna look a little bit like weird. That they need to get stringy. And then I can't remember if, because this is obviously the ground, right? So I guess I was playing along with something like, I don't remember if I wanted it to be like grass. I don't think I did. I think I just wanted it to be kind of like a flat sort of feel. And then this right here, I was gonna have it like burning. Okay, yeah. Like this is the frame, and I was gonna have the frame burning. And then there's a little bit of a wraparound from the vines. Did I want this to be a tree limb? No, I don't think so. I did a couple of concepts, bam, so I'm kind of figuring it out as I go. What I intended to do. I probably didn't intend for anything, really. So I just have to fill in the blanks. And then I'm trying to figure out... So in my mind, I was imagining this to be pretty muted colors. Like, not... So I'm trying to figure out how I want to handle the fire. Do I want to line it like I did in the picture? I guess so, but maybe on like a different... I'm trying to think like if I was actually like watercoloring this, what would I do? Get some hatching. I guess if I was actually watercoloring it or something like that. I don't think I would line it. Let's line it on a different layer and use it as like a reference guide and see. And then I'll move that up. I mean, technically, if it's ivy and stuff, it should be kind of like that. Although I think I did a couple of them up. I guess it doesn't... If it's traveling up the vine, then yeah, it might actually... No, I don't think so. I'm gonna have to look up ivy. I don't know, because I think I want to do something cool. I feel like I could do some hatching and stuff for the smoke effect. That could be cool. Dot, 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 dot. Let me lock this layer. How many thumbnails are there usually in map credits nowadays? Probably a lot, right? Loads over 20. Goodness. I don't like doing thumbnail contests. So I have no experience in how much they actually like submissions you get, I guess. Depends on the map. There can be a bunch. Okay. Because at first I was like, oh, should I only do one illustration? I don't want it to go too fast. But then I'm like, well, if there's like loads, then having 2 illustrations could like be a little interesting. When you use a symmetry tool, some brushes don't do the same length. I don't know. I don't use the symmetry tool in Clip Studio. I use it in Photoshop. And in Photoshop, it seems to work pretty well, so... Not so sure about the one in Clip Studio, though. Okay, and I'm not sure if roots are actually like this, but I like to stagger the branches when they split. I feel like it looks more natural that way. I'm not actually sure with the roots, but with branches, it looks way better. Hey, Snap. I think it's almost done. I don't know. I'm actually not in the Discord for it. I'm in the credits map, like, group with, I think, there's like 2 other people. But I'm not in the actual Discord, so I honestly have no idea how close it is to being done. I'm gonna be real with you. I can't answer that question. But lettuce does show up, and I'm hoping that lettuce does show up today for stream. Lettuce might be able to answer you. Okay, and then the U berries. Give me a second. I'm gonna type in U berries. U berries kind of have that, if you don't like. Okay, so I have this issue as well, in that I don't like when things have like the opening and there's like a bunch of them all together and they look like eyes, and it scares me. U-berries don't necessarily do that to me, but they could do that to you, so just FYI. I'm not gonna have it on screen too much, but I just want to look at what their needles look like. Also, it could be small enough for you guys that you don't actually get to see like the details and stuff. I mean, I'm pretty creeped out by it as well, and U-berries don't do that to me, so. But just FYI. They're not like those weird, like, Breath of the Wild lotus seed plants. Okay. I think I'm gonna have one kind of overlapping the tree a little bit. A little leaf. Which founder do I prefer? I like Riverstar, but I also really like Skystar, who you didn't mention, so shame on you. Okay, so they're like olives. They just look like olives to me, like red olives. There's no such thing as a red olive. Please don't eat you berries. Do not eat you. Their bells. Let me sketch out, because I have them really tiny here, but I think I want to make them bigger. Okay, and they're on like needle plants. Well, Dafu, you tend to only ask me questions in chat, so sometimes I just don't feel like answering. I feel like you ask the same questions over and over, too. I apologize. The seeds are inside the berries? I mean, I'm pretty sure that you berries are also deadly to people. Are they not? Like, you shouldn't eat them as a person either. Or am I not thinking correctly? Okay, hold on. I have to... Yew is an example of a plant with medicinal value that can be poisonous if eaten. The fleshy red part of the berry is considered edible by some. But children have been poisoned by eating the berries and adults by brewing the tea from the needles. So, like, I just wouldn't eat them. I think I'm gonna do 2 here. To make it a little bit different then. I want the roots to like turn into the yew plants. And then kind of overlap the... Something like that. No, it's just that you don't have to ingest as much poison as a child than you do as an adult. And also, adults typically know not to eat red berries. I feel like by the time you're an adult, like, it's kind of been drilled into you, like, hey, don't just eat some random berry in the middle of the woods. It's probably not a good idea. Yeah, I want the needles to like almost look like grass at the same time too. That'd be cool. I ate random berries in the woods as an adult. Yeah, I've done stupid things as an adult. I've drank water from a waterfall in the middle of the woods that had no purification on it whatsoever. I've done that as an adult. Commune bacteria. Hey, I had no issues afterward. Now, would I have done it if my friends weren't with me and I was trying to, like, be funny and silly in front of them and tell them that their fears of, like, random parasites being in this waterfall that's super crystal clear is unfounded? Probably not. I probably wouldn't have drinking the water if I wasn't trying to, like, one-up my friends. Maybe that's when, like, all my problems started. Yeah, it wasn't like stagnant pond water. It was from a pond. Or it was from a waterfall. Mountains and rural streams tend to have dead animals in them. Well, I'm still alive. Would I suggest any of you guys to do the same thing as me? Of course not. I have, however, never eaten random berries in the woods. I mean, most of the time, first of all, the ones that are edible have been picked clean by birds anyway. I do have blackberry bushes where I live, though. So I guess I have technically eaten random berries from the woods, but I did know that they were blackberry bushes. I think I want some of them to be underneath the... I'll have them, like, interweaving. Just a little bit. Or a guy who makes cooking videos in the wilderness who always cleans his meat in streams and rivers and such. So, yeah. Definitely boil it, though. But, when in Rome, as they say. When I was a kid, there was a random grape bush in our yard. And my sister ate... Okay, but I feel like you can't really mistake grapes for anything else, right? Is there any poisonous plant that pretends to be grapes? I don't think so. Can't say that I know 100% though. I couldn't tell if they were growing the berries for themselves or the bunnies. I've eaten dandelions before. Did any of you guys ever, when you were a kid, you can still do this. I mean, you could technically, you don't have to be a kid to do this. But, you know, thistles. Hold on. They're not thistles. They're... What's the name of them? They're not dandelions. They're... Shoot. What is the name of that plant? They're pink. They're like little... Hold on, I'm doing some research. Clovers? Oh, maybe they are clover. Yes, clovers. Thank you. What's your full name? This thing. Did you guys, when you were a kid... Wait, hold on. This is really big. Did you ever peel off these petals and eat them? If you peeled... Yeah, if you peeled off like these little petals, you'd get a little bit of nectar every time. I ate those a lot. This is the plant that I would pretend was medicine when I was RPing warrior cats. The clover plant. Oh, shoot. They're like the flower that grows on clover patches. When they're pink like that, that's when they taste the best. You peel off each petal. You peel off each petal, and then you can, like, get a little bit of nectar. They actually don't taste, like... Obviously, they don't taste amazing, but... They're certainly not bad for you. Well... I don't know if they have any nutritional value whatsoever, but... They won't kill you. Yeah, they're clover flowers, so, they look like this. Hold on, let me get them in, like, a little big... Like, let me get them when they're, like, a little bit slower. They, like, turn white. They're not good when they're this... When they're, like, this color, they're not good anymore. This is when they're not good. You want to eat them when they're... Oh, God. You want to eat them when they're, like, this color. You want to eat them when they're, like, this color. The only plants I ate were veggies on my plate. You rhymed. Well, I know that it's a different technical kind of clover, but some of them turn white and they're not good anymore. I eat raw mint and rosemary. I will eat wild onions. I will eat chives. I used to eat green onions or like chives a lot. They used to grow in my art teacher's backyard. There's something when you're a kid and you're like, you can eat that plant raw and you just like want to eat it. I don't know what it is about being a kid and being like told you can eat this right off of right out the ground, and you just do it. Like some sort of sick satisfaction. I ate a trillium once. When I was a kid. Apparently, my mom had to call poison control on me because she had no idea if trilliums were poisonous to kids. So I guess I've just always eaten things. But I have never eaten berries. I used to eat flowers. Apparently a weirdo. I love broccoli. Broccoli is one of my favorite veggies. Did you know you can eat pansies slash violas? I did not. I do know that like daisies and dandelions and stuff were, there was this thing, apparently like during the Great Depression, people would make like dandelion salads and stuff like that. I watched this one YouTube channel that does a bunch of Great Depression type food. It's very fascinating. Hey, Janetta. I was petrified of being poisoned or randomly dying because of some accident, so I never ate random stuff. I feel like at a point in my life, I stopped eating random stuff because I was also worried. But I don't know how I came to be like that. Because I was not always like that. Something like that, maybe? I'm wondering. It's feeling like a little empty without having the branches also kind of poke through at the edges. I mean, I'm sure that I could, with like color and stuff. But I think that just having like a couple poking out will help a lot. Okay, now I have to figure out, I think I just wanted this to be like a straight line or something. Did I want that? Maybe. How do I want to do this? Because it looks like it almost... Interesting. I kind of like the idea of this sweeping around it. I have no idea what's up with me. I'd eat my erasers, my papers, chew holes in my clothes, and my backpack. I don't think I ever ate fabric. Never ate pencils. My sister was a pencil chewer, though. So I understand the pain. She chewed on the erasers and stuff. I did eat paper. I was a paper kid. I'd be eating that paper. I think we've had this discussion already. I was never a nail chewer, a nail biter. I'm glad that I never had that issue, though, because it seems like a very painful thing to do. To, like, chew on your nails. So I feel for you. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, I want this to also be kind of like a wooden beam or something like that. And then I'll have this kind of disappear behind the tree. That's gonna be coming up. And then I'll carry that up. Something like that. I used to eat... How do you guys chew on, like, eat your nail clippings? That sounds disgusting. I feel like you'd cut up your mouth, too, because... I don't know about you guys, but I feel like my nail clippings are pretty sharp. We have some weirdos in chat. Of course, we have a weirdo streaming, too, so I guess it all evens out. It's only disgusting. Oh my god, Agnolia. Why do you even make me read that? Ay, ay, ay. You guys are crazy. But I appreciate you. Thank you for watching, crazy people. They're my nails, my germs. So the thing about your nails is that there's so much stuff that gets under them, right? I don't know. I don't know. They feel like they're a pretty dirty part of your... I mean, I guess if you wash your hands, but sometimes even after you wash your hands, there's still crap under there. I guess I'll do this. Now, the problem with this tree right here, I think, currently, is that it's not really getting thinner. The thing about trees is that as they have to be the thickest at the bottom. And so I'm kind of cheating a little bit because obviously these are like very thin trees. And they don't have to be like super realistic, but there's something off about a tree that's like super thin right here, and then you have to start branching out the trunk, because if the trunk down here is like teeny tiny and then the trunk gets really big, I'm sure that there are probably trees like this. Like, aren't there like those crazy trees that look like, I don't know, durian trees or whatever? But at some point you need to split it, because that's just how trees work. You gotta split off the branch. Otherwise it's just, it doesn't, like, it's top heavy. Like, how is this little tiny trunk supporting all of this? I am more well-versed in drawing just like regular North American trees than any sort of like non-North American native tree. So I can't pretend that I know how to draw every single tree. I'm not a botanist or whatever a specialist that mostly does stuff with trees is called. But I do know how to draw my North American trees decently. Okay, what I think I'm going to do is get a little bit more tree branches off of this one. I'm gonna line a little bit more of this. But I want to stop waking up with my hair in my eyes and up my nose. Is your cat do that to you? I think your cat is plotting evil against you. Okay, so I want to do some color dots on this with, let's wet wash it first. Hello? Oh, I'm on rough wash? Yeah. Oh man. Okay, hold on. Let me reset this. Okay. Lower the opacity. I want like the edges to be a little darker. Blendy, blendy, blendy. Now, I think I want, is it the soft blade that I usually go for? Oh, reset it. I don't want normal. I want normal multiply. So what I'm thinking is, where is my, the smoke and fire. Now, where is my round one? Go down. And then let's see. I want to keep it mostly monochromatic. So let's put the trees on. Let's just start with I'm thinking that I need to, if I go like this, is the brush also change? Yes. Okay. Do the round one. I think I want the opacity up though. What's the opacity? Oh, it's a 100 on the other one. The texture on these are I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I'm using completely default Clip Studio paint brushes. This is your Clip Studio paint. You literally get these brushes out the door. You just download them. Just FYI. They indeed come like that. I think what I want to do is this. I think I do have CSP, I just can't get go of my side brushes. I could never get a hold of Psy. Paint Tool Psy eluded me for so long. I could just never get anything to work properly in it. I am working on for once in my life, my streaming career, I'm actually working on a program that I can wholeheartedly recommend to beginners. No longer do I have to say, yes, I'm working on Photoshop. No, I don't recommend you get it. I can wholeheartedly recommend Clip Studio Paint to everybody watching. I mean, Procreate, isn't Procreate only like 20 bucks or something? I think what I want to do is kind of incorporate these like greens, reds, and yellows in the picture. We can do more of like the yellow up here. But I want it to be muted. I still want to keep it mostly a muted thing. Like, I don't want it to be the same colors here. But I want the same sort of vibe. Also, I just got rid of my color wheel. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. And I think if I want any sort of pop of color, I want it for the berries. We'll give each of the needles its own color, but then we'll kind of just do like a nice little wash of green behind it, maybe. Hold on, let me put on the soft bleed. Lighten it up a little bit. It is on multiply after all. Maybe a little bit more gray. Autodesk and Rough Animator. I used Pencil. Is Pencil still around? Okay, put the U-berries on their own layer. Maybe like more of a... Lettuce! Guys, this is the map poster. Lettuce, I'm doing 2 of the borders. Is that okay, or did you only want me to do 1 of them? Okay. I didn't know how many thumbnails would happen, so I was like, oh shoot, if it like is on screen for a really long time, then it's gonna be really weird if it's like the same picture for like a minute. And I hope it's okay that I'm streaming it. I don't know if it's supposed to be a secret. I'm so bad. I should have asked. Do I like that color? I don't know. Two is good. There are 16. Okay. Wait, is it still going? Dude, maybe I should apply for... Wait, can I still like make a thumbnail? What? It's still... Wait, hold on, guys. Guys, would you, if you want your art to be featured on this background, anyone can apply. Do you guys want your art on this background? Well, no, I don't have time to also enter the thumbnail contest, unfortunately. I wish everyone the best of luck. When does it close? I don't know. That's a good question, because I don't know the answer. I said it was gonna close when there's 1 part left. I estimate the map will be done in May. We are 3 parts away. Okay. I have set this up to hopefully be completed by the end of April. Hopefully we finish this one today. I don't know if we'll finish both of them today, though. I am gonna have to keep an eye out for Lettuce's maps afterward, though. I need to join a Lettuce. Well, I guess I keep thinking, I'm like, oh, well, I need to join one. I mean, I want like a part. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out. I'm so bad. If somebody doesn't like directly send me a map call to be like, hey, apply, I'm like so freaking bad at like finding them nowadays, if that makes sense. Okay, I almost wonder if I would be able to maybe with the thin? No. I mean, I feel like the round or the flat one would be the best for like adding extra. If I added extra, I'm on a different layer by the way, but if I added some extra needles to the background, I want to try something. And then I kind of blended them in so they're not like super sharp. Do you think that texture would work? I honestly think that texture might help sell that it's like a lot of you. Like just that little bit of texture right there. Kind of like that. I haven't joined. I can post any map call I do in the server we share. I know. I need to work on Little Pistol, and I need to do so much crap, man. Y'all, every time I'm like, ah, yes, I need to finish this to get it off my plate so that I can add. I feel like every time I finish one thing, I'm like, okay, now I can add 2 more things to my plate. Does that make sense? Okay, I want this to be kind of the neutral color. But I want it to be more of a olivey green neutral. Not too much. But noticeably more green than the tree. And then I want the leaves to be a little lighter. More green. Yeah, I want to do that Tumblr possibly or something. I need to look into the person. I have a really good idea for like a map directory that would be fun. It would have tags so that you can look up maps by backups open, by thumbnail contests open, by if they're scripted, if they're scriptless, do they have boards, do they have set designs, what character are they, what arc are they, which ones have AUs, which ones are marked as beginner friendly, which ones are low animation / like PMBs, you know, stuff like that, where you could like mark all of these boxes of what you were looking for, and it would bring it up. And like you could have a featured list. I would love for it to be able to be auto updated, but I don't know if that would be possible. And I feel like I need to talk to like somebody that knows coding or something that would be able to parse that stuff from like pull a YouTube video into it and like, I don't know. See ya, Lettuce. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see ya. Good luck on your exam. Yeah, I don't know if it, so the other option would be like just to do a Tumblr blog where people could submit their own, ideas and like do their automatic tagging, and somebody could like mention in, you'd have to have multiple updaters, but then somebody could mention like, hey, this call is open once again for backups and stuff like that. And you'd have to like, I wish that I could do a community server, like a community thing on Tumblr. Obviously, I would love for it to be on Tumblr because that's my main hub for Warriors right now. And like YouTube is just not a good source. I mean, I don't know. I know, Juna. I own on Tumblr, I own the community tag design clan. But my problem is I created it and then I realized that how do I put this? Tumblr's community system does not work the way that I wanted it to work. The problem with Tumblr's communities is that, first of all, you can't join with a side blog. That's your first problem. Your second problem is Google Plus. No. Your second problem is that you can't just reblog a picture to a community. You have to like make a whole new post that's only on the community and all this stuff. So I feel like a map community, like map clan or something like that, or like animation clan or something would work a little bit better, only because I mean, you're basically not relying on Tumblr to get your following. You're just using Tumblr as like posting, but you're posting the YouTube video to it. So like, who cares what blog you're posting from? But the other thing is that if I had a Tumblr blog that was like heavily reliant on people like posting map calls and like keeping everybody updated, we could turn on Anon. And then it would allow people that don't have Tumblr like URL or Tumblr blogs to actually like contribute. Yeah, but you can't reblog from a side blog. You have to reblog from a main blog. It was my issue. No. So for the design clan, it didn't work out because no one's main blog is their design blog. My main blog's not my design blog. So you can't use your already pre-established design blog and just reblog to it unless it's your only Tumblr blog, which I mean, I'm sure there are people that's like their main blog is their design blog, but it's not me. And I can't even put Warriors Project on there because Warriors Project is got, I think it has like 4 moderators, and and I don't have access to the original account that started Warriors Project anymore. Actually, I don't know what its password is. But it can't really be deleted because there's like 4 people that moderate it, including like, there's like 3 of my accounts that moderate it. And then there's like Firework Cat is a moderator, and no one else does any work anymore. But back in the heyday of it, people helped me like tag posts and everything. I mean, the majority of people, I'm sure that there are plenty of people out here that have their Warrior Cat design blog as their main blog, but not everybody does. And I don't want it to be something that like only some people have access to because of that, if that makes sense. I know, coffee stain fire. That's what I was also thinking. I don't know what I'm looking for. Do you guys ever just like turn on a bunch of like the layers just to see the blending modes to see which one strikes your fancy? Which one will make it actually look good? I don't know, man. I almost feel like... Let me turn on a saturation layer. And then I want my line art to actually be like brown. And like multiply it and shrink it to like 80. And then what if I did this? At the same time, I feel like I want the fire to like stand out, and then I want the smoke to be darker behind it. So then if I inverse that and then did some more smokiness. Can I like grayscale that at all? Give me a sec. Whoa. What just happened? Where'd it go? Oh, you know, it would really help if you, I don't know, didn't hide it. I am doing the credits illustration for Bitter Medicine. I offered to pitch in, and Lettuce said that they needed help with the credits, and I said I could do it. See, I don't know. It's getting lost in the sauce. Do you see what I'm talking about? I'm almost wondering if it would be helpful to, like, outline it. I might do that. I'm like mocking up the watercolor side. Getting lost in the sauce. I feel like I say that, I don't know. Fair enough, I guess. I feel like I have said that before, though. Maybe something like that. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be animated. I feel like I don't remember how to animate fire. I'm sure I could remember. I also feel like, I don't know. It's on its own layer if somebody else wants to animate it, I guess. I'm unsure. I feel like I would remember how to do it, though. I animated fire a lot. I did it for a couple other things other than Roxanne. Roxanne, it was in a lot of shots. I did it for Wolf. I animated some fire for Wolf. Was there fire in my opening? I can't remember. I feel like there's probably more, but yeah. Those are the two that come to mind. Where I drew, like, the fire scene. Starkland's Chosen? I don't remember. I don't think I helped. So the fire in my part, Starkland's Chosen is not. It doesn't have. The fire's not animated in it. The Spotted Leaf and Firestar? I can't remember. The spotted leaf. Wait, are we talking about my Omen of the Stars opening? Actually, I haven't seen that video in a hot minute. Oh god. Omen of the Stars opening. Okay. Okay, that's Star Clan. None of those. Look at all of these particle effects animations I used to do. The bitrate on this video is terrible because it's exported directly from Flash CS5. And Flash CS5 hated panning like this. So I actually have to I remember I had to export this at 6 frame. It was like 6 FPS, and then I had to speed it up by 2 to get it to be like the proper thing. Oh, okay. I kind of forgot that I did that. I'm not gonna lie. Did I do this? I don't remember animating this. I literally don't remember animating this. Oh god. This is 11 years ago. The thing I remember the most about animating this stupid opening is this part right here after this. These stupid parts. These parts took me freaking forever. All of the stupid people running. And then I saw my freaking soul design and I was like, I can't animate him drawing. And then the Bruce Pelt and Lion Blaze fight scene. I remember being pretty proud about this. And the reason I took the Pretender part is because I wanted to reanimate this. I wanted to reanimate this like 10 years later to like kind of see how I'd animated it. Or like how I would have done it differently. But yes, I guess I did animate Spotted Leaf for that opening. But yes, the reason that I took the Pretender part that I did was because I wanted to reanimate Breeze Pelt and Lion Blaze fighting to see if I could do it better. I'll let you guys be the judge of it. If you think I did better or worse. Okay. Sad gray leaves. I mean, yeah. Decided I want to make a thumbnail contest for this map just now. Do it! The thumbnail contest is live for this map. I'm sure that it's linked in the description of the map, and the map is pinned to the top of the YouTube chat. Right now, I am creating the background for the parts that are submitted. Well, for the thumbnails that are submitted to the contest. So, that is a thing. I'm trying to think if I like this. I guess it doesn't really matter. Like I said, the thumbnails are going to be right there. Enter. The best thing about a map is when you participate and meet new people. I think what I'm gonna do is kinda do something like that. Blend it in a little bit. I might whitewash it a little bit. Yeah, that's the MN map. Multi. Many people. Man, maybe I should do map contests. It just feels like the reason that I don't do them for my own maps is usually because I have one of my friends that requests to be the thumbnailer, slash that I think has a really good style for like creating thumbnails. But the other thing is that I would feel bad not picking everybody. I guess that's why they do like the thumbnail contest credit shots things, right? Like this. Something like that. I think I want the saturation. I think I want this. In my gut, I guess I'll make this darker. I need the, well, I kind of want the branch to be darker in my gut. Man, I'm dropping a lot of frames again. No, I don't have a part. I'm just doing the credits. I didn't think I had enough time to get a part, but I did ask if I could pitch in as a backup or something if people needed to do layouts. backgrounds, but then Lettuce asked if I could do one of the borders for the credits. So this is, I'm doing the border for the thumbnail part of the credits. Yeah, I don't like that fire. I'm definitely gonna have to have somebody else, like, look at it. I'll probably send it to my friends and ask them what their opinions on it is. There's something about it that's not quite hitting with me. Not sure yet. You like the style? I wanted it to be more like medieval-ish, like tapestry. This is more watercolor, but like kind of medieval tapestries I got inspired by. I feel like my other border design has more of like a medieval tapestry feel. This one I wanted to feel more just like kind of just like an old children's book, so hopefully that comes across. Something you'd see in a storybook? The outline. Yeah, I don't know how I'm feeling about the outline. It looked really weird without the outline. It's on its own layer. I felt like it blended in just way too much without the outline, but I think I could probably... I don't know. I'll have to come back to it another day. Always come back to your art at least one more time before you post it anywhere. Because sometimes just coming back and reopening the picture the next day, you'll like notice something very obvious that you kind of couldn't tell because you were pigeonholed into like thinking about a very specific thing. So something that you'd see pentiment. Style of map I saw that was medieval. Okay. We'll watch Ghosting. I know for a fact that we'll watch Ghosting and Eat Your Young for the map stream. We're definitely doing those two. And then I have a PMV that's one of my favorite PMVs that I would like us to watch. It's one of my favorite ones, and I don't think that we watched it last year, and I've been like dying to watch it again. It's not a very popular PMV either. I don't know. Some of you guys probably have not seen it. It's older, obviously. And it's made by a single person, so it's not like a multi artist project. Yeah, terrestrial. I was looking at it on the saturation. The only thing is that if it's watercolor, then anything that I tried to like up the value of it, it kind of didn't hit like it was watercolored anymore. I mean, the overlay is kind of okay, but again, it's kind of struggling with the watercolor look. I think overlay is a little interesting though. It kind of looks like you put a if you guys have ever done watercolor, you can get this like glue or paste that you can put on. It's like, it's rubber cement-ish, but you put it on and then you can paint over it and then you can peel it off and you get these like perfect white outlines of what you were looking to do. It kind of gives that. That's pretty interesting. It definitely makes it stand out more. It does look kind of nice. I'm gonna leave it there for a while and then we'll come back to it and see. Yeah, masking fluid. Thank you. It's been a while since I did any sort of traditional art medium, but I used to really like doing gouache. And you use a lot of the same stuff when you're using gouache as you use with watercolor. So the masking fluid, yes, that is what I was thinking of. I don't think it matters that it's like not exactly I mean, obviously it is a digital picture, but I don't want it to look too digital, right? You don't want to break the immersion too much, but there are certain things you can do in a digital sense that you can't really do. In a traditional sense. I don't know. I think I wanted to have some fire over here as well. Then I had some very brief, like, nettle sort of lines that I wanted to go for. Just to give it a little bit more texture. Then kind of blend it in a little bit. Have there been any WereCat traditional animators? There's definitely been people that's done traditional animation. I don't know if there's anyone that does it like exclusively. But there's definitely been traditionally animated map parts before. Am I gonna draw cats today? I don't know yet. Maybe. Most likely, I would say. But I do draw cats every day, so sometimes you like to switch it up a little bit. I wish I had like a coffee stain that I could stick on here. Can't really do a coffee stain, can I? Subtract. I know that one of the latest Werecat animated streams, King, the head animator, was animating traditionally. I know that she really likes animating traditionally and tries to do it as much as she can. I'll just get that in here. I need to put this below, I think. I think a lot of people love to do traditional. It's just like not cost effective to do it anymore. It's the main thing. And then I think what I did was actually erased a decent amount of that. Do you guys ever just completely forget how you did something in the same exact picture that you just did it in? That's me all the time. Maybe blend the edges a little bit to make them bleed, and then you get that like kind of lighting without it looking super awkward. And then if I darken some of the top, Maybe get some... Well, how did I do it over here? Yeah, there were little bits. See, this is why I feel like it needs a little bit of an outline, especially in the middle, because otherwise it looks too digital. I don't have an animation part in this map. In the other one I want to work on today, yes, it is animated. In this one, I am doing two illustrations for the credits. But I will not be animating today. I will just be doing storyboards today. However, I will be animating on stream again, eventually. But right now, I don't want to animate any of my part until I see some parts around it. Okay. And do I want some smoke on that side? I guess I do. I also need to add the fire to the branch at the top. And then I wanted to add a little bit of fire up on the branch right here, just so that it looks like the thing is smoking down. No, I don't know any maps that are open that don't have Discord as they're being hosted on. What's the age limit you have to be to join Discord? Is it older than YouTube? $13 for Discord? I thought it was 15. Just 13? Fair enough, fair enough. Wait, hold on. Age to join Discord. 13 years. Yep, you're right. It is 13. Some regions have a higher minimum age, though. That's probably why. Okay. You wish it was older? I wish it was at least 16, probably. I think that would solve a lot of issues. But the other thing is that... Oh, how do I put this? Kids that want to be on something are going to find a way to be on it. From experience, I'm not saying that that shouldn't happen, because it shouldn't. And age restrictions are there for a very good reason. But speaking as somebody that's been on the internet and was on the internet as a kid, you still join. I joined iScribble before I was 15 or 16 or whatever you had to be. Like, people just, they don't care. Kids don't care. Kids will find a way, unfortunately. I'm not saying that it should be like that, because I don't think it should. But it is. And it sucks. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, before Discord, the majority of us had Skype and we were talking through Skype. So we were just using a different Discord messaging service. Like, we were using a different instant messenger to finish things. Does European wildcats have long whiskers? I don't think they have any longer than, like, regular. Ultimately, it's up to, like, I'm honestly wouldn't really want to even have a Discord server. Well, I don't really want a Discord server, period. But it's up to the people that are in charge, that are actual adults and actually understand, like, the ramifications of inviting people that are, like, that young, that need to be very, very careful about creating spaces like that. But yes, the majority of people, I will tell you that a lot of the Warrior Cat maps, they weren't necessarily completely completed on Skype, but I don't know, look it up on Google, Piper. I'm not your Google. Just type in European Wildcat and you will get a bunch of pictures of European Wildcats. I don't know off the top of my head. What was I gonna say? Oh yes, back in the day, so pretty much all the maps that I hosted, I had the majority of the people on Skype, where I was, like, checking in with them. Some of them were my friends, some of them were whatever. But I had all of the last parts that were completed on maps were people that I had on Skype that we were like talking about the project. They were helping me finish it, all this stuff. I would say there was probably only maybe like 10% of people that joined my projects that I didn't have access to on a different website other than YouTube. Whether it be DeviantArt, Skype, Twitter. I think that the majority of maps back then that were hosted only on Skype, or sorry, only on YouTube, like never got done. I don't think you guys realize how many probably didn't get done. How do I feel about the colors on this? I think I want this to be a little bit of a lighter hue. Let me lower. I don't think that brings too much attention to itself. I think I'm willing to put this down for today. Hold on. Oh shoot, this is on Clip Studio, so I can't, I have to save it. I don't have a cloud. Hold on. Bitter medicine. Bitter medicine credits. Bitter medicine credits card 1. Bitter medicine credits thumbnail card 1. Alrighty. I'm gonna BRB really quick, refill my drink. You guys can check out the illustration. Hold on. Well, I'm gone. No coffee. I think I'm out of coffee, but if I have coffee, I'll come back with it. And we will do the storyboarding after this. So we're gonna switch over to animate after this. So I'll be right back. I am back. Oh wow, you guys were really talkative. Alrighty. Now here is the piece that is resistance. I need to figure out if working on this map part is going to audio get copyright claimed. So. Saving this. Switching over to animate. Closing Clip Studio. Let me shrink up animate. So this is a program that I don't ever suggest anybody use ever. I have to vocalize it myself. I'm okay with it getting copyright claimed. Honestly, I mean, I don't play ads on these videos, so I don't make that much money streaming. I mainly just do it to keep myself focused anyway, so whatever, man. Drop a member. Become a member if you want to support me, I guess. I don't know. You don't have to. Merely just keep watching and force me to be productive. So, it is Taylor Swift, so I do imagine it's gonna get copyright claimed, though. Like, very quickly. My part is over 8 seconds long, which I think for it not to get hit, it's gotta be, like, under 5. But I'm also wondering if having the background noise playing, like, of the Nintendo music, and then also having the Taylor Swift is, I'm sure it doesn't. Should be productive by doing a quiz. Dude, actually, that sounds like a really good idea. I think we should do a quiz. Do you guys want to do a quiz? Okay, hold on. Let me open up the new map call. I am the angle and the devil. Yeah, for sure. Okay, we'll do a quiz. We'll do a quiz. What kind of quiz do you want to do, you guys? Unfortunately, there's no quiz that is about Warrior Cat map parts. You guys can decide on the quiz while I change the working on. I think I'm part 36, yeah. Do you even need to ask? I feel like very unproductive. I mean, obviously we're being very unproductive when we do quizzes. So I know that a lot of people don't like doing them. VOD watchers hate quizzes. Why does that feel like a sleazy ad? VOD watchers hate this one thing. Something that counts Darktail? It got rid of my all cats death? What? Black and white, brown and white? Oh, the freaking pelt ones are so boring. We're productive. Yeah, people hate doing quizzes. Let's do... Okay, so we did the Holly Leaf, Yellow Fang, and Leaf Pool maps today. So I feel like we should do all ThunderClan cats because all of those characters are in ThunderClan. All prefixes that are suffixes. That is a fun one. Is there a villains quiz? I don't think there is. Let's do this one. This one's hard. But it's only 10 minutes, so it's a short one. Okay. I don't think that there's a Dark Forest one. So I actually think that Leaf and Pool are on this list, right? Yeah, Leaf, Pool. Seed. Oh yeah, Pod is now one. I haven't done this quiz in a couple books, so I don't know which ones are still on here. I know that like Songbird and Storm Cloud are both, and Cloud Mist are all on here. Blaze, Dust, Leaf, we got Blossom. No, not Blossom. Pod, we got Fire, Frost, Snow. Is Hawk one? Yeah, Silverhawk. Bloom, Ripple, Mouse. Oh yeah, Mist Mouse. Branch. That's a good one. Branch, Claw, Whisker, Whisper, Fern, Fire. We got Flame. Okay, yeah, Silver Flame. Stripe, Snow, not Snow. Water. Oh yeah, White Water. Dusk, Storm. Moon. Oh yeah, Harvey Moon. Okay. We got Dusk. What about Dawn? Yeah, Dawn Bright. Okay. Ripple we got. Leap. Oh yeah. Okay. Mouse and Cloud. I think we got Cloud. Branch we got. Patch. There's no Patch. Pounce. Hair Pounce. Bird. We got Bird. Bark. Yes. What about like Bee? Black Bee? Stream. What about Creek? Stream and Brook. Brook Ripple. Claw we got. Blaze we got. What about like Bristle? Moss. No. Mist? No. Light? Oh yes, Finchlight. Finchlight. We got Bloom, right? What about like Berry? Okay. Weed? Oh yeah, Float Weed. Oh, Shimmer. Float Shimmer. Shine? Okay. Gorse? Oh yeah, Sand Gorse. Okay. Shadow? No Shadow. What about Shade? Though. Brush. Grass. Ripple Grass now. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Wind. Running Wind. Windstar. Dawn we got. Weed we got. Feather. Yes. Crow Feather and Feathertail. Of course. How could we forget Feather? Who's the in between Dawn? Down. Dove. Drift. Fog Drift. Whistle. What about Whisper? Whistle. Willow? Red Willow? Frond. Yep. Yep. What about like Fox? Fog. Flame. Flicker. Flint. Flash. Frosty. Frog. Fringe. Freckle. Speckle. Oh, Speckle. Whisker we got. And who's underneath Wind? Wild? Wish? Freckle Wish? Wish Kit? Okay. Hope? No. Splash is a good one. Spot? Spotted? No. Squirrel? Is there a squirrel? A stem? Flower stem? Flower? Okay. Curl? Brook. Yeah, we got Brook. Curl is a good one. Daisy? Dapple? Okay, Deer Dapple. Strike Stone, my Pookie. Strike Stone. Dapple. Yeah, we got... Okay, I think we're missing some T's. Is there a Thistle? Red Thistle? Yeah. Tangle? Tansy? Thorn? Talon? Smoke Talon? Stone is a good one. What about like Snake, Slate, Sleek, Silver? Shy, Shimmer, Shell, Snap, Turtle Snap. Oh yes, Turtle Snap. Thorn we got. Is there an O or an N? Night, Nettle, Nut, Patch, Pebble, Pike, plum, pine, poppy, tall poppy, storm. We got storm. Can you guys see? Hold on. Zoom it in. Stream we got. Petal. Oh yeah, rose petal. Okay, okay. Poppy we got. There's pounce. What about puff? No. Puddle. Puddle. Mud puddle. Okay. So we're missing one in between shine and snap. It's not snake, snail, smoke. Smoke. Is there a smoke haze? Bracken? Oh yeah. Oh, we're missing some up there. No. Briar. Sweet briar. Needle. No. Moss. No. Branch. Boulder. We cried blossom. Branch. Bright. Brindle. Breeze. Swift breeze. Star. No. Shining. Silver. Sky. Pale sky. Okay. Yay. Okay, that was great. That was great. Good work, guys. Okay. That's my working on. Animate. So you guys are gonna hate that I'm working on animate. Anybody that's an actual animator is gonna be like, why are you using this program? I don't have Toon Boom. That's my only reason. And I like Animate's timeline. It's the one thing that it does right. I like its timeline. So I have part 36. Let me post the map call as... This one is still open, by the way. This one is still open. You can still get parts. I have part 36. So, in the map, this is my parts during the trial scene that's in Squirrelflight's Hope, so there will be spoilers for Squirrelflight's Hope here. I have 8 seconds to portray part 36, which I think is it is a lip sync, and it's Leafpool turns to Mothlight and angrily lip syncs with tears in her eyes. So I believe, I'm not sure if this part above me, I don't think it's been picked yet. So yeah, I think I'm the only part that's like during the trial scene. So I don't even think that like the staging of that scene has been thought about. So it's kind of like free real estate if you think about it. So going back, let's get this place copyright claimed. Okay, so there's not that much time in between when my part starts that there's not lip syncing. So, what do I want to do here? Leafpool confronts the trial cats 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the first part. So in mine, I don't have to establish that there's already 6 cats there. That should be the part before me. The Leafpool turns to Mothlight and angrily lip syncs. So... And then I've only cut out these things because part 34 is Leafpool like getting crushed. So then it jump cuts into this scene again. So this part should have the establishing shot to reintroduce us into where we are. So my part just needs to be like intense. In my mind... Okay, so... The first thing that I should probably do is just get like a couple of thumbs out of what staging I kind of want. I have to make it so that Moth Flight doesn't seem like a complete and utter like waste of space, like how I want her to feel. I hate her in this scene, man. Okay, Moth Flight. This is the scene that really cemented to me, wow, she really is just like that. And that they have decided that that is how Moth Flight's character will be. That she is vehemently and utterly opposed to anybody being able to actually like have kits as a medicine cat because she couldn't do it. And she's gonna be like StarClan, right? And I want her to kind of have a face. So Leafpool goes, I am what I am because you trained me. So I want her to have like kind of a look of disgust on her face. Like, not like a I guess I'm kind of like thinking like a pathetic. But she's like lost this battle, right? She's the only cat that's there that basically is like, Leafpool doesn't deserve StarClan. But I want her to feel like she can look down on her for no freaking reason. I want her to get put in her place. Still can't believe they killed Leafpool off in the Super Edition. Yeah, they did that. They sure did that, didn't they? Maybe if her mom was there, she would have backed her up. Moth Flight needs her mom there to back her up. But at the same time, I feel like at this point, Moth Flight's kind of relents, right? So she kind of like understands that she's been outvoted. And I don't remember, honestly, I should probably read the scene again, but I can't think of anything less I'd want to do. Well, I guess I wouldn't want to read the graphic novel again than read Squirrel Flight's Hope again. But in my mind, it's like, does she actually like relent? Does she actually, like, at the end of it, kind of bow her head and be like, okay, I understand that I've been outvoted and, like, I respectfully decline? Oh, I'm gonna have to pull out the freaking book. Hold on. The suffering, does it ever start? Okay. Where is this? Leafpool, blah, 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 blah. Don't argue over me. Wait, hold on. Crooked Star also, like, throws shade at her. What the frick, Crooked? I hate this scene. I hate this scene so much. Wait, no, he's pissed at like Squirrel Flight, right? Yeah, here we go. Okay, so Leaf Pool's the first one to start. And that's when Mothlight goes, blah, 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 I hate you. She doesn't actually say that, but she's like, you broke my rule. My one rule. And that's why I don't like you. And then Little Cloud kind of gives like, he's kind of playing devil's advocate. Tall Star's on her side. Leaf Pool's like, whatever, man. And then Mothlight's like, is it worth it? You put your feelings, blah, 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 blah. And then Mothlight's the one that's like, also not from ThunderClan. And then Leaf Pool is like, yeah, I would do it all again. So, doesn't matter. And then Yellowfang is like the one that's on her side. Crooked starts throwing shade. Yeah, the mischaracterization is really bad. And then Blue Star's like, yeah, we're kind of being hypocrites. If we don't let her in, because like Yellowfang's the one that points out that everyone here has had freaking outside clan relations. And then that's when Crooked Star changes his mind, where she's like, I guess her kids did help us like literally like fight the Dark Forest. And then that's when, like, Mothlight's the only one. Okay, so Mothlight is the one that's, like, not swayed by Yellowfang supporting her. She's the one that says, we chose them. We could have chosen anyone. I freaking hate Mothlight in this scene, man. Mothlight is determined to keep her out. And so then Leaf Pool is like, yeah, I don't care if you don't freaking join me. Or you don't let me join StarClan. Yeah, so Mothlight never does change her ways, does she? Everyone else is, like, okay with what Yellowfang says. And then Crooked Star, blah, 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 they go away, they decide. And then they say that both of you did more good than harm. And that you guys both can be in StarClan if you want. But Mothlight never says anything else. Like, she doesn't come back. She doesn't say anything. Okay. So, she really doesn't ever change her tune. Like, she's probably back there being like, no, you will never make me change my mind. So she really doesn't give a frick about Leaf Pool. We hate Mothlight. In my mind, I kind of want the staging in this scene. Like, for some reason, I feel like I guess it's because it's like a trial. And I'm thinking of it as like the two cats are in here and then the other cats are like on, like have just like a little bit of a podium that they're like trialing on, right? I've been playing like Ace Attorney a lot. So I kind of want her to be like a little bit higher than her. But at the same time, in order for this to feel dramatic in a sense, I feel like I need them to have a moment where they're like, I feel like I want there to be a moment where Leaf Pool looks to be like on equal footing than her. Like at the end of this, I want her to feel like she's her equal. Like, you know, so I'm trying to think about I want a scene that's just like a typical Mothfly reacting to what Leafpool is lip syncing to her. But then I also need like oh man, do I want to do like a side? See, so profile shots like this, they can be flat in my opinion. Like there's usually a cooler way to stage than just like having it be a profile like that. But at the same time, I don't want it to look forced. But sometimes you have to get those boring shots out of your brain before you can start thinking about better shots. So let's just do it. Like, I want Leafpool to have no sense of regret at this point. When she's talking to Mothlight. This is what I mean when I say, like, these shots can be flat. But I mean, I feel like a little bit of like hair. Coming up on her. Also be careful for the staging. I tend, a lot of people, I think me included, tend to zoom in too much on shots. You can always take the camera out and let the characters breathe a little bit. Of course, I think that closer shots lend more to like an intense scene, but I would also like to like perform the staging, and I have no idea if in my mind Leaf or Mothlight is sitting and Leafpool's the one that's standing. But I need her to be like, I don't want her to feel like, I do want her to feel threatened. Like she's surprised at oh man. Just think about the staging for the first second before you think about like the subtle emotions that you're trying to portray. Like in my mind, I want her to be like stepping up to her and like getting in her face. But then at the same time, I feel like I might be able to. The other thing that I kind of wanted to have like a shot in my mind. I was kind of hoping to have a shot of her walking up to her. And kind of like swinging her head as she's like singing the lines. Are there people who hate Leaf Pool? Probably. There's people that hate every character. I feel like it's especially for characters like Leaf Pool, where a lot of people do like her, there's gonna be people that just like don't like her just because their friends like her. Does that make sense? Hey, Ember. I hate Leaf Pool with my entire being. Fair enough. I'm sure there's people that are like, are there people out there that actually hate Mothlight? So I'm sure that there's somebody out there that has a legitimate reason for like disliking every character. And you know what? That is fine. It's like in my mind, I'm like, and then there's like a brief pause because it's like I am what, and then a brief pause where and then at the end I think is when I want like the Mothlight reaction to happen. Because and then what if I want, maybe if I, this is how I board, by the way. I kind of just like come up with shots and then like whichever ones really speak to me, I'll kind of just plan the rest of the boards around them. Maybe if I have like Yellowfang looks angry for Leaf Pool and defends her. Or do I want... I think that Squirrelflight is actually in this scene too, by the way. I am working on the Leaf Pool map. I am doing the initial storyboarding for it to like kind of feel out the part. What if I had like her sort of framed by the characters in front? Eclectic. Usually, especially for map parts, I feel like I usually make an entire map part based on one shot. That's the shot that I had in mind. And then all the other ones are kind of just stitching around it, right? Darkleaf, I hate Darktail with my entire being. I feel like there's a lot of people that don't like Darktail. So Yellowfang looks angry for Leaf Pool and defends her. So Yellowfang is talking to all of the trial cats. So maybe if I have like Mothlight be one of these cats. And then in like the first shot, which is kind of like this type of shot. It's like a furthest out. And she's angry, so give her airplane mirrors. Gotta see what times, right? Yeah, I'm just doing the preliminary boards until like other parts are like picked around mine. Because I might get inspiration from other parts that are being done. And then she has like the tail, like her tail could be lashing. But see, I don't want her to look like furious and like she's only angry. Like I want her to look fierce and like independently. Like she is completely okay with who she is. So I want her to look proudly angry, if that makes sense. And then she can like turn to... like leaf full. Squirrel Flight could be like over here somewhere. Just hang out for a little bit, Squirrel Flight. Squirrel Flight is also sort of angry, but like, I feel like... she's a little bit more subdued. See, this is what I hate about this scene, is that even Squirrel Flight feels like she's off in this scene. Like, she feels too subdued. Like, she should be the one. Like, she doesn't have, like, any outbursts of, like... probably get it moving whenever. Yeah, true. Fair, fair. So then she could, like, look over... we can have, like, some slight camera movement. This can be Moth Light right here. So then she starts moving towards her. She spins around. And then that could be this scene. Now, at the same time, I feel like I need a shot in between, because this is at the end. And then I feel like also 3/4 rule. She should probably be more towards here. Maybe Squirrel Flight can be over here. Watching the maps, I was like, wow, Needletail is awesome. And then I read the books and I'm like, she literally makes this poor child's life worse on purpose. Puppy, that's exactly how I felt about Needletail, and that's why I don't like Needletail. Because she's so much, like, because I felt so betrayed when I actually read her in the books. I'm like, this is a terrible character. I felt like I had been gaslit. I do like canon. I do like Fanon canon. Or Fanon Needletail, though. Maybe that is a good spot to have this. Actually, is like right after that shot. And then she can start lip syncing when she starts moving. And then I feel like I can do a fake parallax and like move the background and the foreground. She can like move around in her space towards Moth Light. I don't think I hate Needletail. I just hate how she is in the actual books. Well, that's the thing, right? Is that Moth Light, I'm sure that somebody could rewrite Moth Light and I would actually like her. Like, I'm sure somebody could make a really good map of Moth Light and be like, yes, I like this iteration of Moth Light. But the canon version of Moth Light, I freaking hate. Oop, I forgot to move that. It used to be this way. See, that's a little bit too fast. So let's... The good thing about maps is you already have the audio. I like the idea of her putting down her paw at the same time that the Tay-Tay hits that, like, what? I like Needletail in the books for the delicious complexity of character. She doesn't even read that complex to me. I don't know. I feel like I'm misreading. So many of my friends really like Needletail, and I really wish that I could, like, steal some of your juice, because I feel like there's an interesting character there. I just don't see it. Oh man, I like this, but I also want her to, like... Maybe if I hit that, like... See, I feel like this cut right here doesn't... Maybe if I move... I feel like I have to move her over to this way. But then this is breaking the 180 rule, because Mothlight should actually be over here. Yeah, I'm breaking the 180 roll right here. Okay, I think that this needs to be like this. See, I feel like there needs to be a pause here where we see Mothlight's reaction to her starting to come towards her. But there's not that much... I would also like the lip sync to start when she's, like, stalking towards her at the same time. So I'm struggling. Because there's not that much pause in between those two lines, is there? So there's, like, no room for this beat to breathe where I have it. Ah, man, if only we had a Needletail novella or something that had an actual thoughts and feelings to Needletail. Wouldn't it have been interesting if we had gotten that, you guys? It's not like we were teased that that was going to be a novella or anything. Yeah, puppy, that's how I feel. She doesn't care when a bunch of innocent people die. Her boyfriend dies. But this is also the thing, right? Until Rain dies, she completely is just terrible to Violet Shine. She gaslights her into, like... Well, she just, like... brings her along to these meetings where she knows that it's bad. And Violet Kit and Violet Paw don't have any, like, sort of... Like, she doesn't have any friends, so she doesn't have anyone to, like, ask, like, hey, she doesn't really have a choice. And then she leaves because she's scared of the kin, and Needletail kind of ignores her, and she doesn't really have anyone to talk to, so she leaves, and she joins Shadow Clan. And then when she joins Shadow Clan, she meets Needletail when she's still with the kin, and she gives her, like, this horrible, like... You don't matter to me. Why would you think you matter to me? Like, you left me. I don't understand why you even think that I have any semblance of care for you in the world. It's disgusting. The scene pisses me off. And then when the kin finally take over Shadow Clan at the end of Thunder and Shadow, And Violet Paw is like, okay, well, I'm gonna go follow like Rowan Star and Tawny Pelt and stuff. And then that's when Needletail goes, wait, don't you care about me? We're like sisters. Don't you want to be like with me again? And so I'm just like, oh my god. Holy crap. Only when it's freaking convenient for you. That's the scene. Those are the two scenes that I just cannot stand her in. I'm like, those were the most, that it's the most horrible. I don't know, maybe it does have enough space to breathe. See, I feel like I can do a better composition than that, though. I mean, I read her as an 18-year-old with insecure attachment issues who perpetuates on that onto a younger kid who doesn't really wake up to the harm she's doing until it's too late. Like, yeah, Needletail sucks to the people around her, but I enjoy her for it. Yeah. I just can't. I think my issue with it is I don't mind when cats are like, I don't mind when Warrior Cat's characters are bad like that, as long as there's some sort of conclusion and understand, like, and like just a single like, hey, I'm sorry that I've not been like the best friend, like, hey, that was really crappy of me to do, like, and I need somebody to say that. And then also, now you could say that Needletail sacrificing herself for Violet Paw is saying that. And I'm sure that's what they intended for it to be. I'm sure. But at the same exact time, I feel like there was a lot of moments that we could have had some really, like, when she's dead. They could have had that thing like, hey, I'm sorry I made you, like, do this. Yeah. That's the other thing is, I just don't like that there's any sort of, like, conclusion to Needletail and Violet Paw's relationship not being, like, 100%. Like, they act like it was nothing but good after she dies. And I would like there to be a little bit more of a reflection from Violet Shine on, like, Needletail wasn't always the light, the only light in the kin. I guess. I don't know. Okay, let us... Oh, yeah, I'll show you the, what I paused on for the map thumbnail, or not thumbnail, the, credits picture. Yeah, it is very lazy to do a redemption that way. Well, we've seen redemptions like that before. So it's not like it's not a Weird Cat redemption. But I mean... It's kind of like if Blue Star... For me, it's kind of like how if Blue Star didn't have the entire scene with her kids at the end, right before she dies, of being like, hey, I'm sorry that I did that, and I'm sorry that I didn't think about your feelings when that happened, and her kids are like, hey, that's okay. We still think of you as your mom, and we're glad that you're our mom. It'd be like if they didn't add that scene into Blue Star's redemption. I'm like, I need... Like, we literally see Needletail's ghost, but we don't get a scene like that. That's all I needed, was a scene like that. That's not what I wanted. Here's what we paused on for the credits, the thumbnail. Thumbnail credits. The first one. I'm not sure if I like the fire. And I'm not sure if I like the fact that the yew berries are the only, like, red on it. Like, I feel like the red of the U-berries is kind of throwing me off a little bit. It either needs to be incorporated somewhere else in the picture or toned down, I think, for this one. It would honestly be if Blue Star saved Fireheart and then Fireheart went, wow, treating me terribly these last 2 books was fine, actually. Yeah, pretty much. Except for the fact that for Fireheart, we know that he understands that something... For me, Needlepaw never has that... She has one moment where she's, like, very nice to Violet Kit, where she, like, escapes from out of the camp, but until then, that's the other thing. Until then, she's ignoring Violet Kit. It's not until Alderpaw comes into camp and is like, hey, have you been, like, playing with Violet Kit? And she's like, why would I play with a freaking Kit, you stupid? And he's like, I play with Twig Kit all the time. And she's like, well, I'm a warrior apprentice, not a medicine cat apprentice, so I have way more things to do. As she's shrieking all of her apprentice duties, by the way. So it's not until Alder kind of chews her out that she's like, okay, fine, I'll, like, spend time with her or something. So it's just, like, there's never any connection except for their sacrifice at the end for me. And I wish that there was something... There could be something there that I would really latch onto their relationship more. And I feel like people do modify that relationship to be something more. And that's why I think in the fandom, Needletail and Violet Shine's, like, sisterhood is a lot more compelling to me than in the books. I think they just completely fumbled it. Well, that's the thing, we don't... I don't know, it's just like, whatever, man. I think we need a little bit more branch in the smoke. Okay, okay. True. A little bit more branch in the smoke. Okay, okay, I got you, I got you. Yeah, I'll work on it a little bit more. See, I don't like this comp, but I tend to use this. See, I want most of the comps to have Leafpool's face in there too, because the whole point of the scene is that she's lip syncing it, so. But I might be able to give, like, I don't want too many, like, crazy shots. Also, this is a 180 rule break. It's okay. Don't worry about it. So yeah, Amber. Gloss over any other time that the relationship could be established. Yep. It's almost like if they didn't make Thunder and Shadow 1 book and they made it like Thunder and Shadow 2 books, it would have been better. Or something. I don't know, man. I would love... There's gotta be like 101 ways that you could have made a Vision of Shadows better. There are so many, like, little things that they could have done to make it just a little bit more interesting. Overall, as like a whole 6-book thing. For once, I think the pacing is too fast on a Warrior Cat arc. You know? I want Mothlight to be, like, visibly uncomfortable. I don't like that. Not kill Darktail? Well, not kill Darktail on the 3rd book would probably be a good start. I do think that he needed to die for it to be a compelling Weird arc. It's not compelling if the villain doesn't die at the end of the arc. I do think that maybe, like, a profile shot is the best option for this, though. Might be her, like, walking into frame. I don't want Moth Flight to be too far up higher. Just a little bolder. And Moth Flight I already think is kind of like a smaller cat. But for this to work, I feel like it's gonna be very far out, and then I might be able to like end it on a close up of both of their faces. Changing Skies is going really slow. Yeah, you're not the only one. I don't want their height to be too different from each other. Obviously, Leaf Pool is. I think that Leaf Pools is slightly different, but yes, I think Dreamy basically told me that she doesn't have time to design all of the cats, so she's just gonna use mine. I'm like, okay. That's pretty much what people use the warrior design blog for nowadays. I feel like people will just use the designs to fill in the ones that they don't have time to design themselves. I do like her cheek curls. I don't know. I feel like that might just... Sorry, I'm getting all my quick keys mixed up. I've been working on 3 different art programs today, and my quick keys are getting all jumbled in my face. I know, it keeps lagging. I'm gonna have to do a hard restart on my whole entire internet after this stream. I've lost 4% of my frames all stream, which is not good. I can't lie, Moonpaw. I understand why she's the way she is, but her personality peeves me. Oh, God. Hold on. I'm waiting for my stream to stop lagging. Yeah, I don't like this. Get rid of this. And then I'm wondering if I can end on a close-up. I don't want it to be under because I almost feel like I want it to be like a match cut. I don't want leaf pool to be like super. I'm gonna have to balance like her being. I don't want her to look super aggressive. I just want her to feel very sure in herself, assured. Like she's not gonna let Mothlight bully her. I don't want her to look like she's about to tear a new one. But I will tell you that Moonpool is my least favorite point of view in the new books. She does nothing for me. I feel like they're not doing. I don't know. I don't remember how to draw Leaf Pool's hair from the side. I'm gonna have to look it up. Now kiss! Currently playing Galaxy 2 as you stream. I love Galaxy 2. Super Mario Galaxy 2? I love that game. Good memories playing that game with my sister. Instead of Mothwing, it's Mothflight and Leaf Pool. Mothpool. Oh, stop. Mothpool at home. Oh, and then she'll have her little, like, Dreamy put little leaves on her, too. I like the leaves. I'm going very silent. We lock eyes. And then, like, that can be this. Maybe, like, hold that there. Yeah, I like her stepping forward with that train right there. I feel like this shot doesn't have to be as long. This one right here. I wonder if I could flip-flop these two shots. There's just not that much time for that, like, breather shot, but I don't like not having any other shot of Mothlight reacting to her in this. I don't know. I might have to leave it for now. Oh man, there's just no room for like some of these shots to breathe. Like I feel like I need to remove a shot. I might have to combine like I'm gonna have to think about it. My only thing is the only other thing that I could possibly do is I mean, the person above me would probably have to have a Mothlight shot in their shot. I don't think this one is necessary. This is the one I need to cut if I want to. Because I have this shot that's also establishing how Mothlight is like. And I feel like, honestly, in the grand scheme of things, her, like, confronting Mothlight like this isn't, like, anywhere else in the map. So, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter what Mothlight Like, she's basically just using her as a surrogate of don't hate me because I like did the things that I did. So it doesn't really matter. It's not like a personal thing with Mothlight. So I might end up cutting this shot. If I have to cut a shot, that's the one. That's so much animation though. That's 3 walking shots. I'm definitely gonna need to like bring on somebody else to help me animate this. I think I'm done for today though, you guys. Okay. So, I'm gonna open up 2 coffee commission slots for Saturday. Commission stream will be Saturday this week. I am busy on Sunday. No, I'm hungry. Alrighty. Tomorrow, I'll be live again on Thursday. We might work more on map parts on Thursday. We might not. I don't know yet. I don't know. It's whatever. No, we did a quiz earlier. We did a quiz earlier. But I will be back on Thursday to do more Warrior Cat stuff. Once again, commission stream. Slots are open for it now, and it'll be on Saturday this week. I'm going to do the map. I'm going to advertise the map stream that's going to be next Thursday on Tumblr, so you guys will be able to request maps to watch on stream for that one there. And I will talk to you guys all later. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys when I see you. Bye-bye.